Today I'm going to show you how to import my preset pack into the Headrush Prime. You may know that I've released high-gain preset packs for most of the modeling units on the market, and the Headrush Prime is one of them. So if you'd like to get one of these preset packs, please contact me. Links are in the description below. So basically you can contact me via Facebook or Messenger, Instagram. And I got some questions about my preset pack for the Headrush Prime, because importing presets seems to be a problem for some of you beautiful ladies. Fortunately, many beautiful ladies bought it already and they didn't have problems, but from time to time I got questions, so I thought I should make a video. And first of all, I would like to explain how my presets are set up. This is one of my most complex presets here, which is called DK Main Stereo. And it's set up that you have some scenes in the lower row here. So you have a rhythm scene, a lead scene, which is basically a rhythm scene with a short delay. Ping pong is a rhythm scene with a longer stereo delay. Crunch is using a little bit less gain. And a chorus. And clean. And here you have some stomp controls, so you can turn on different effects. So for example, the phaser. And if you would change to another scene here, phaser would stay engaged. So these are basically stomp controls. And make sure that you're in the right layout for these presets. So I'm using this layout, which is called Stomp. So you can push these two buttons here to change the layout from hybrid, rig, setlist, but I'm using Stomp. So maybe you should first of all make sure that your unit is using the Stomp mode for my presets. And you can see the layout of the preset here by pushing this button. So as you can see here, there are scene controls here also, and here are the toggles. Toggle one effect on or off. Also, if, for example, the square phase would be engaged in this scene, then if you would go to the lead scene, and the phaser light would, it would be turned on automatically. And the thing with the scenes is they are using different amps and presets. So for example here, you can go to the rhythm scene, for example. Now you can see all the effects which are engaged. For example here, the parametric EQ2 should be on in this scene. 11 reverb and the dimension chorus. And some other things. Some things shouldn't change, for example the square phase. Which is just because it should be controlled just with the square face button. And if I would set it to off here, for example, and you use the toggle control to switch the phaser on here, then it would be turned off if you are changing to the rhythm scene. But here in the amp clone, as you can see, it says high gains. So these are presets which are basically used, which I created. And this preset also includes the amp clone which is used. It's not only the amp clone, it's also a setting of the amp clone. So you can make different presets with the same amp clone and change them here in the scenes. Or you can also use different presets with different amp clones. And here in this preset, I'm using the high gain preset, which is using an amp clone. So I can show you, for example, if you go back here, the amp clone is called DK less 1K. And it's a high gain preset. If you go to the lead scene, or I was in the lead scene, but if you go to the rhythm scene, you can see it's using the same. But if you go to the crunch scene, you can see it's using the same amp clone, DK1 less K, but with a different setting, which is programmed in another preset, which is called crunch mids. So you need the presets for this rig to work properly. And also in the clean scene here, so you can see there's another amp clone used and another preset. It's not always the case. In some of my rigs you will see that I don't use an amp for the cleans. But as I said, this is one of the most complex presets which come with the pack. So basically I'm using different amps in different scenes, and that is done by using presets which use different amps. So therefore it's very important that the unit knows the amp clones and also the presets that you can load this rig. And if you would like to import these things, you take your USB stick and enter it in the unit there. Of course you should make sure that the Headrush folder with my preset pack is on the USB stick. And then you go here to the browse folder. As you can see here, it appears as no name, but this is the USB. It has the Headrush folder and a README. In the README I try to describe the process of importing, but yeah. So you go to the Headrush folder and you can see here amp clones, blocks and rigs. And the blocks are basically, or let's start with the amp clones. These are the amp clones, as the name says. And somewhere you will find the less 1K, DK1 less 1K, or how was it called, and the DK clean here. So you should import all these by just choosing one, import, and then it would be imported properly. So that would be the first step, import all the amp clones. Then you should go to the blocks folder, and that is the folder that is basically containing the presets. So and the unit is creating folders for presets as soon as you start to create your own presets for some blocks. So I have presets for the parametric EQ and also for the amp clones here, as you can see. So go to the blocks, to the amp clone, and then do the same, just one by one import the blocks here. I don't do it because they're already on my unit now, but you do that here by hitting the import. And so import all these blocks. Sorry, and also of course for the other effects. So here for the parametric EQ. If you don't do that, then maybe some of my rigs will not work properly, because then it will say, like, sorry, I don't find the the amp clone, or I don't find the preset that's used. So it's very important, at least with the current firmware, that you do this first. So import the clones and the blocks before you start importing the rigs. Importing the rigs is the final step. Just go to the rigs folder, then choose the rig you want to import, and then hit import. Then it should work. And otherwise, if you don't do it in that order, you can run into problems that maybe the amp will say if you go to a rig, sorry, I cannot find the rig. I cannot find the amp clone or the preset. And if you import these things afterwards, the amp clones and the presets, then it will still say, sorry, I cannot find it, until you go to the amp clone and then you import it or load by hand or manually. But that is a little bit tricky, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just import everything in the correct order. So that's it. And also, what is very important is that it is a difference if you hit this this store button to hitting this store button. This will save the whole rig. But if you, for example, here, if you change something in the amp, let's go to rhythm. If you change something, let's say to the gain to 1.7, and you save it, and you go to the lead, and then go back to the rhythm scene, you see it says again 5-0. The reason for that is this scene here, the rhythm scene, is using a preset, and the preset it's still it has still the gain value 5. So if you go to this rig, initially it starts with the rhythm scene here, and then we'll say 1.7. But as soon as you change to another scene and go back to the rhythm scene, it will load the settings which are stored in the preset that are used in this scene. So if you would like to use or to change the settings in this scene, then you have to edit the preset. But if you edit the preset here, you have to do it here, and then you have to use this store button. And then you should keep in mind that in every other scene or also rig where this preset is used, it will change. So here you're basically editing the preset if a preset is used. As here you are just, I don't know, just editing the current state, but if you are using scenes, it doesn't work. And that is very confusing for many people, including me. It was also very confusing when I got the unit. And I think it's not the best way to handle a unit like that. I'd rather prefer to do it like in the AxeFx. You could just adjust everything within the scene and then adjust it differently in another scene, and then it will, all the parameters will be stored in the scene automatically, so that you don't need these preset functions. But maybe it's not possible with a unit like that. So yeah, I hope you could understand that strange explanation. And what else? Another thing which I've been asked was how to integrate external expression pedals. Didn't try that, but if you go here to the pedal settings here, as you can see, it says external pedal, and here, of course, these are it's the onboard pedal A, and if you go to that, you can assign something like the volume, or B is, for example. You can assign the pedal. What is assigned? Yeah, and then the wah, for example. And also you can assign a range. And I think it's maybe the same with the external pedals. So, or from my understanding, it should be the same way. And another thing is, how can I use it with my PC? So maybe you should go here to this menu and then go to global settings, USB audio, and then you have to activate the USB audio. And also here you can adjust the USB in level, so that's basically I think how loud the playback is if you're using this as an interface, as I currently do, as I'm recording direct into my DAW. So I'm not an expert of this unit. I think it can do a lot. Some things should be a little bit improved, as I said, maybe this strange preset function. But it's a really nice unit, and it sounds kick-ass, but to be honest, I could get the best results by using my amp clones. Couldn't get very pleasant results with the built-in amps and caps. So I'd strongly recommend to get, of course, my preset pack, or maybe other people's preset packs, I don't know. And yeah, hope this helps you. If you got any questions regarding this or other units, please post them in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel. See ya.